Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So this is the October 2020 energetic forecast for all my amazing Cancers. So if you are cross-watching, then welcome, but please try to not get offended as to whatever may come up in this reading. It may have nothing to do with you, but if you know that you are prone to being triggered, just go ahead and exit out because I'm definitely not holding back to spare anyone's feelings. For my Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, welcome to your reading. The astrological chart that I'm reading for each sign is based in tropical astrology, but feel free to use your sidereal or any other sort of astrological placements. I decided to bring back the 3 personal piles for each zodiac sign like I did last month. You guys seem to really love it, and so did I. And so after this main general reading that will apply to all my Cancers for this month, there will be a meditation to help you select a pile for a more personalized message. Now, I will not be divining these messages in these piles. I'm basically just going to be reading the descriptions of the cards like I did last month, but I wanted to add this. That way not every Cancer is getting the same general message for October 2020. Let me also say that I'm not taking personal readings at this time. Thank you guys so very much for your patience, and please do not forget to check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos if you have not already. So I'm going to go ahead and clear these 3 piles off so we can start tackling this huge pile here to see what your October 2020 has in store for you. All right, and so for the month of October, I pulled color cards for each zodiac sign, and Cancer, your color card for this month was the color purple, and it says here developmental clarity, and it is the number 39. Okay, so this purple card here feels very regal. It feels very like higher purpose. This feels like 9th house energy to me, deeper meaning, higher purpose. The way that the edges of this the card, or as you can see, I think this is like a flower here, the way they sort of get pulled into the center where the light is telling me October for my Cancers will tie the last few months all together for you. Only the universe could organize all these parts to create this fuller picture or understanding, and this feels like a spiritual companion to Cancer, like someone getting you or matching your level of intellect. This is someone with similar goals as well. This feels like an equal to me. So some of you may even be experimenting with your appearance this month, just a wild change out of nowhere because you want to look or feel differently. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up from this purple card. But let's go ahead and dive into your tarot cards just to see what is going on this month. Very first card that we have here is the Queen of Cups. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Wow. So right away, Cancer, you are really directing your emotions and your energy. You found a way to successfully manage or cope with what you're feeling or going through in October. And this will be one area in your life that you feel so confident and in control of. You're going to feel like you are directing. Many of you have figured out how to forgive, how to hack your own unconscious and subconscious mind, and how to shift from one vibration to the next, which is amazing. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of your cards. Next card that we have here, the High Priestess in reverse. Then we have the Hermit. And then we have the Nine of Wands. All right, you guys, in case you didn't hear me, this is the High Priestess in reverse, the Hermit, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so with the High Priestess being in reverse, this is a really good thing that I'm picking up here. You won't feel like you need to consult your intuition or tarot or astrology or any other divination tools as much this month of October. You won't feel reliant or dependent on anything like that. Like I said, you're going to be feeling much more in control this month, as well as you're going to be searching for your own answers and clarity with this Hermit card appearing directly after this High Priestess. This is you taking on a situation or conversation or circumstance head first and not shying away at it. This is like diving into your shadow head first. You're going to be feeling ready to encounter and deal with whatever you need to, and you won't feel overwhelmed or like you can't handle something. This is kind of like spiritually your ancestors and angels removing your spiritual training wheels, and this isn't to say that they are leaving you alone or walking away from you, but this month you're going to have a strong alignment or connection with them. The third party is getting cut out as well as you learn to trust in yourself more. And this is the interesting thing about our spiritual team. Yes, they are separate energies and entities from us, but because we are connected to them and them to us, it's almost as if they are a part of us. So you may not be consulting a lot of people and outside sources when it comes to life in general this October, because you are simply on a different level energetically, especially my Cancer moons and Venus. It's like you're getting to see everything that you have learned, and you're getting an opportunity to apply everything that you've learned this month. So this isn't necessarily something that you're picking up or learning, but it's more so of like a showcasing of knowledge, strength, and power. Everything it is that you have learned over this past 2020, over this past year, you're definitely manifesting big time as well, because many of my Cancers that have been doing the internal work, you've been gradually tearing away at these blockages that were in your life, and many of you have cleared a path right to what you want. Now, for those of my Cancers not in this energy just yet, you could be going through a dark night of the soul. A lot of questioning yourself with this High Priestess in reverse and Hermit card right here. The High Priestess in reverse can come across as feeling disconnected. Just like we have this Nine of Wands right here. You may be feeling disconnected from your own inner voice, or from God, from source, from what you believe in. It can allude to a lack of faith that can only be found by doing the necessary work with the Hermit right here. So there's a fraction of my Cancers that will feel forced into acknowledging or working on themselves, while the other half of you that have already done this work will feel completely prepared. And you won't take this High Priestess in reverse as a disconnect from spirit. You won't feel disconnected or lost or abandoned at all, but you'll feel very supported. If anything, this is the most plugged in that you may ever feel when it comes to the spiritual realm. You may feel extremely plugged in, almost like it's difficult to separate the realities in a sense. So yeah, this Nine of Wands here as well is a confident energy coming through. This is like you knowing who and what you want around you. This is from boundaries that you are setting this month, where instantly you see something not working, and instead of getting overwhelmed, you go straight into fix-it mode. You start tweaking things instead of getting frustrated, then overwhelmed, and then giving up. So there's really like the ending of like this kind of cycle here, where it's like you get very, very overwhelmed by something. You get very overwhelmed by wondering if you're capable, if you're enough, if you can do something. And it's like, instead, you're just like, you know what, instead of me sitting here harping on it, feeling it, thinking about it, let me just get up and move and try to do something. Let me just get up and attempt to fix something, So I'm seeing you kind of like taking more action versus kind of feeling through things, which is interesting because we do have Mars retrograde, but this is why I always say retrogrades don't mean the same thing for everyone. It never means that. Retrograde doesn't always mean sit down for everyone. And this is why you'll never hear me say like, oh, it's retrograde. Don't do this, don't do that. It's different for everybody. Okay, so let me go ahead and flip a clarifier, because I kind of want to see what it is that you're manifesting. Is manifesting. We have Five of Cups in reverse. Ace of Swords fell like this. So yeah, like I was saying, you definitely have more control over your emotions. You're using more kind of like logic and practicality versus like emotions and feelings this month. Hierophant in reverse, like I was saying, some of you may feel disconnected from God. We have King of Pentacles over here. Four of Cups. Yeah. Okay. There's two different Cancer piles for this month. We've got those of you ready to walk the hell away and being like, no, I'm using my logic here, like. And then there's others of you that are, like I said, you may feel forced to have to do the work that you need to do. Then we have Ten of Pentacles over here, and underneath the deck we have Queen of Wands. Yeah. So, like I said, there's two different Cancers. There's two different Cancer energies for this month. Queen of Wands is those Cancers that I was talking about, where you're going to feel a lot more confident. You're not really going to feel like, it's like you're not really going to feel like you need tarot or astrology or some sort of divination tool or, somebody else's expertise or advice. Like, you're going to feel very, very confident in your own independence this month. And we also have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So this is a lot of just like, I feel very secure on my own, and it's very calm, And then there are others of you that are going to be feeling a bit disconnected because you are just sitting in your emotions because you're so used to doing the same thing that it's like you keep going on with the cycle. You keep sort of feeding the cycle of like something happens, boom, let me sit here and harp on it and think about it and not really move, not really do anything. It's like you kind of have this idea like if I just sit here and think about this, maybe it'll go away. If I just sit here and feel this, if I just sit here and get depressed, if I just sit here and get anxious, if I just sit here and overanalyze things, maybe I'll be able to get a better grip over what I'm feeling and why I'm feeling it. And it's like, if it hasn't worked for you this far, stop doing it. This is doing the same thing, expecting different results. There's two different Cancer energies here for this October. One half of you are still kind of on the same cycle where it's like doing the same thing, expecting different results. And then there's others of you where it's like you've completely surrendered to that because the last few months have just been like, it's just been like I'm not getting anywhere by doing the same thing and wanting different results. So it's like the other half of you are like, no, like I'm going to change this up. I'm going to change all this up and I'm going to start doing different things. I'm going to change up my routine. I'm going to change up the way that I handle things. I'm going to change up the way that I handle people. I'm going to change up the way that I talk, that I think, that I act, that I move. The difference here is basically the Cancers that have not been doing the work versus the Cancers that have. The Cancers that are consciously aware that they have to change certain things, and the other ones that are still aware that I have to change certain things, but for whatever reason just kind of keep doing the same thing. But you know, this is how the brain works. The brain is just constantly moving on a routine all day, every day, 24/7. The brain is constantly running. We cannot shut it down. We cannot shut it off. So that means that the brain has to sort of be like subscribed to a certain kind of pattern or cycle. And it takes a lot for us to get a grip of that cycle, to sort of rein in our own consciousness and say, no, here's a different pattern that I need you to sort of commit to. Here's a different, that we're going to do things differently. We're going to switch things up around here. So there's like a clean break here between two different Cancer energies. And so some of you this month will be sort of laying back, coasting, and others of you will be asked to really work on these things because this is the month of exchange, or this is the season of exchange. We're in Libra season. And so it's all about you get out what you put in and becoming, and Libra season does a very good job at making it blatantly obvious what it is, the efforts that we've put in and why we're dealing with the results that we're dealing with, or why we're seeing the results that we're seeing. Libra's very, very, very good at making us realize like, okay, this is why I'm getting what I'm getting because of what I'm doing. So yeah, this is odd. This is like a even split down the middle between different Cancer energies here. But yeah. Okay, so let's go on ahead and get to you guys' oracle cards, see what else it is that we're seeing. Very first card that we have here is water element sensing. All right. Then we have Jupiter return benefits. Okay. Grand Cross provoker. Uranus genius. Capricorn. And Mercury. Okay. So water element sensing is these cups cards down here. As well as, like I said, this is you not feeling owned by your emotions. Combining your senses with your ideas with this Uranus Genius card over here will generate a lot of benefits for you with this Jupiter return card this month, because this Uranus card is the Hermit all day. And actually it's 12:34 right now, 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, Uranus is actually retrograde in your 11th house in the sign of Taurus. And this is the house of the collective, of community, friendship, the whole, and wish fulfillment. And Uranus is god of disruption, chaos, choice, free will, individuality. And so this energy at some points will be opposing Mercury retrograde in your in your fourth house. And we also have the Mercury card right here. Some of you haven't felt comfortable around friends in a long time, around certain friends maybe, or around friends in general, or you felt like you've lost some of your identity around them. You could be surrounded by yes people as well. Like I said, that's only for some of you, but Grand Cross Provoker is really going to be drawing that out this month. Another thing that Uranus in the 11th house could bring you is a lot of personal opportunity, getting the attention of many, many people. This is bringing the opportunity of something going viral as well, like your business randomly taking off. This is overnight success, opportunity here, big time. So please keep working. Capricorn rules your 7th house, and this is where Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn are reforming your closest relationships and how you operate within them. So this Mercury card right here is alluding to a lot of past conversations, memories and feelings, pulling you backwards in time so you can make a different choice in your present. Let's go ahead and check out your practical advice for the month. And so we have here, have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. And then we have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Okay. So we just had the full moon in Aries, and if you made good use of that moon and of that energy, then something is manifesting from that, as well as, like I said, Uranus being in your 11th house and Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn are changing a lot of your relationships around. But we also have Mars retrograde in Aries that is happening in your 10th house. So there's a lot of lessons that you're picking up in terms of work, Cancer. And you have faith in your dreams is what we talked about with Uranus in your 11th house. This is setting up the possibility of major success, like out of nowhere. So have faith and please keep working. Okay, let's listen. Let's hear a message from your angels for this month. And so we have here, outdoors, Archangel Jophiel, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. We also have this Uranus Genius card here. So you've got some ideas, some really good ideas coming to you as well this month. And then we have Remember Who You Are, Archangel Michael, and it says, you are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved, okay? Then we have here, prioritize, and it says, Archangel Metatron, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. This is what we were just talking about. And then we have nurture. Archangel Gabriel, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. This card keeps coming up too, this nurture card. So yeah, outdoors can really help you nourish yourself and your being this month, as well as doing fun things. Do not forget to have fun and to take it easy, especially with Mars retrograde in your 5th house in Scorpio. Scorpio is quite mature energy and very focused on the harsh realities of life. So if you don't learn how to take it easy, you could learn a harsh lesson if you neglect your body and your self-care and your inner child this month. So remember who you are feels a lot like this message, similar to that. Remember to take care of you, Cancer, and to prioritize yourself. And then we have the prioritize card here as well. So this card freaked me out. As I said, keep working on your dreams and keep focusing on what you want. And keep focusing on what you want. Just like this have faith in your dreams card over here. Some of you will have overnight success out of nowhere in some sort of area or field in your life this month that you won't necessarily be expecting. It'll definitely be a surprise. We have, like I said, Uranus is the god of surprise, chaos, and things like that, moving throughout your 11th house, the house of wish fulfillment. So yeah, this is going to be something that you're not expecting. Your laws from the Neter Ma'at, and basically people followed the laws of Ma'at to maintain balance in their life. So let's see what 3 laws she has for you this month. We have, I respect the property of others. Then we have, I do good. And I offer words of good intent. All right. So I offer words of good intent, and I do good is telling me to tell you, make sure that your words are in alignment with what you do. You can't be all love and light if you're talking trash about someone or something, even if they did something wrong, even if they did something to upset you. Do not do the same thing and expect different results, like we kind of talked about earlier. There's an element of respect here this month, Cancer, where it's in your best interest to respect everything and everyone. And if you have nothing good or nice to say or to feel about someone, don't even talk about it, because it's only going to freeze up your progress and what you've got going on. It's a slippery slope, so don't get pulled into it. And yeah, we also have the Mercury card here. And during Mercury retrograde, this is important for you to stay consciously aware and accountable, most importantly, of what you are saying and thinking about others. And it's really interesting how when we get close to our dreams, when we get close to our manifestations, shit starts popping off. People start annoying us. Arguments become a lot easier to have. We start feeling all different types of ways. It's like we almost kind of lose that sense of flow and that sense of abundance that we've been tapped into. That's usually because something's about to hit, and it's kind of like in a sense of being tested. And I know some people don't like to look at it that way, where it's like, I don't want to be tested by the universe. Like, I'm not in school. Life is a school. All of life is a big ass lesson. That's all it is. So basically, we're always being tested. We're always being tested because we're here to learn. The interesting thing, and like I said, for my Cancers that have been doing the work, you already know this. You already know, like, every time something's about to come through, shit pops off. That is going to be your indication right there to stay away from it. Stay away from it. You can handle this in November. Handle it in November, or when you're not manifesting something big, because very many of you are manifesting something big and it's starting to come through this month. Don't mess that up. Do not mess that up. Jupiter does not slack when he brings in benefits. He is abundance. When he brings in benefits, he brings in a lot of them. Okay, so don't mess this up. Let's go ahead and check out your health cards for the month. So we have here divine intervention, and it says here, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for being with the name of the person in need and for helping with describe the situation. I have faith in divine intervention and I fully accept your guidance now. So yeah, divine intervention, very interesting. Then we have here, have faith. And it says, Dear Jesus and Archangel Raphael, thank you for boosting my faith so that I may trust in miracles. You guys, I'm telling you, there's some sort of miracles or something here. Wait, don't we have another? Yeah, have faith card. Okay, have faith in your dreams. Yeah, you guys, keep the faith. And please do not fall into any sort of like bullshit this month. Just stay away from it. And it's going to be old things that don't even bother you anymore. That's the thing. These things that kind of pop up to kind of test you are going to be things that you've already dealt with. It's going to either be like the same argument or the same person where it's like, you know, not to expect anything differently from them. Stop expecting different results, but doing the same thing. You already know that you are dealing with the same sort of people, the same sort of energy, the same sort of situations, the same sort of job. So stop giving into that. You already know what you're dealing with. Let them be them. Let them be them. Let them be them. Let the situation be what it is. And don't respond to it, because whatever it is that you're bringing in could possibly get you out of that situation. That way you don't have to keep putting up with it. Okay? But if you give into it, you might have to keep putting up with it. That's the interesting advice here for you. Let's go ahead and check out the energy surrounding your platonic relationships, friends, family, coworkers, things like that for the month of October. And so we have here strength. And it says the frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all of our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. Okay. And then we have here, look at that, kindness. What was that? I even know those cards in the deck. What was I talking about? The energy of kindness reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to source. All right, so strength and kindness. This was a message that I picked up with your Ma'at cards. Show strength by being kind to those that you don't think deserve it. And if you can't be kind, don't even bother with them, because it's your blessings on the line. And this is not the month or the blessing that you want to risk Okay, you don't want to play around with this. This is something that you really want. It's too much coming in for you. So you will be tempted sometime this month to react or to say something or do something. But again, Cancer, it's in your best interest to not say anything out of malice. Don't say or do something that you know will hurt someone else. And especially don't say or do something as an attempt to hurt someone else, because my Cancers have a very good, you're emotionally intelligent. You know how to kind of stir someone's emotions. So don't do that intentionally. And you don't have to be intentional, like sitting around and conjuring up spells and energy and shit in order to intend to something. You can just have in the back of your mind, I wouldn't mind annoying you right now because you annoyed me yesterday. That's intentional. Stay away from intentional bullshit. That's your advice for the month. And I know my Cancers feel deep, but do not engage. Do not engage, okay? Don't engage. This is for you. Choose you. When they start yapping or the situation starts getting annoying, choose you. Do not choose them. You responding to them is you choosing them over yourself. Choose you this month. And your relationship or romance cards for the month is, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, okay? Then we have forgiving and learning. And it says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Yep. Then we have you deserve love. And it says you are lovable. And true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay. So you deserve love, true love, and it is safe for you to love. Even forgiving and learning is telling me that you've tried to forget about love or you have forgotten it. Some of you, like I said earlier in your reading, with this Nine of Wands down here, you've put up such a wall and have barricaded yourself behind so many boundaries that you don't see love as a priority or a requirement. You've lost faith in it and you don't think it can happen for you. Even some of you in relationships are feeling distant from your partner, or it feels a bit cold and uninviting. And okay, that's where that message came from, where it's like, even if you have in the back of your mind, like, you know what, you annoyed me yesterday, so I'm about to annoy you with this. No, get down to the real root of the problem. Like it said in that organization card, prioritize card over here. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. That's what you want to do with your energy or your emotions. You want to organize them. So that the way it's like, you know what? No, it's not that I'm trying to actually annoy you. I just want to get your attention. I just want you to hear me, you know? It could be something like that. So really get down to the root of why do you want to intentionally activate somebody? You know? Why do you want to intentionally poke at someone? Venus is also moving through your third house in the sign of Virgo, saying that if you want something or need something, say it. Say it without pride and ego involved. Find the root of what is bothering you, get organized with your emotions, and then put it out there. Have enough faith in your partner to understand you and to want or to try to fix it. For my single Cancers, have more faith in love, period. And that it can happen for you, period. Like, you have to believe in this, because if not, you're going to keep attracting exactly what you don't want. A love that validates to you that love isn't real, that love doesn't work, that it never works out for you. Stop doing the same thing and expecting different results, like what we've been talking about throughout your reading. Okay, so for sure, whatever it is that you want, it is more than possible for you this month. It is just simply a matter of you attuning to that and knowing that it's possible for you and knowing that you deserve it. Nine of Cups. Do you think the Nine of Cups manifests without him being in that space? Nine of Cups is here. I forgot your entire reading that the Nine of Cups was right here. The Nine of Cups basically explains your entire reading. It is all about you. If you want to manifest that best life, then start living it right now and start feeling it. That the way it's like, you don't feel these things that people are throwing at you. You don't feel those rocks and stones that people are throwing at you, because you're about to be out of that situation where they can't even reach you, where they can't even touch you, where they throw a rock at you and you're so beyond them, they can't even reach you. They can't even affect you. Hermit mode, insulate yourself, okay? So yeah, this is for sure all that I'm saying for your general reading. I'm going to go ahead and clear off these cards, bring back those 3 piles, and we will get started with your meditation. All right, and here on pile 1, we have Silver Shungite. On pile 2, Amethyst. And on pile 3, Rainbow Fluorite. All right, my pile number ones, you guys chose the silver shungite. So like I said, I am not divining these. I'm basically just reading the descriptions of the cards. So for my pile one cancers, let's see, let's get your more personalized message for the month to see what you have in store. Very first card that we have here is Birch, and this is the card Foundation, and it says trigger statement, I am rejected, true statement, I am accepted. You have the strength to stand firm in your decision, honor your feelings, and pursue the path you're feeling called to. Okay, overall energy for the month, we have protection here, okay, and illumination. All right, goddess energy for the month, we have Ain, adaptability, and Artemis, focus. Spell card for the month is study. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. Final card here is the Sun of 417 Hertz. Now I will be reading the description for this card out of the book. But first I'm going to be shuffling a couple more cards from this oracle deck here to see if there's any additional messages. So you can think of a question as I'm shuffling. You may receive an answer. Guys, first two cards that came out, fear-based. And then we have look within. Okay. Then we have separation needed. Then we have separation needed. And unable to give. And what it says for the Sun of 417 Hertz is it says you are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you're going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Okay. Pile 1 Cancers, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos if you have not already. I want to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, in my Pile 2 Cancers, you guys chose the Amethyst. So like I said, I'm not divining these messages, just basically reading the descriptions of the cards. So let's go ahead and get started with my Pile 2 Cancers October message. So the very first card that we have here is Repellent, and this is a card Shield. Trigger statement, I am under attack. True statement, I am strong. You will clearly see what you are taking on from outside influences and release. Your energetic boundaries are fortified, okay? Overall energy for the month is fulfillment and trust. Goddess energy for the month is Ma'at, truth. And Iris, communication. Your spell card for the month is prosperity. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from universal divine. Final card here is 528 Hertz Mandala of the Heart, and I'll be reading the description for this card out of the book. But first, I'm going to shuffle a couple of oracle cards here just to see if there's any additional messages that I may have missed. So you can ask a question as I'm shuffling. You may receive an answer. We have 1 week. No. And temporary. Underneath the deck we have look within. Okay, and what it says for 528 Hertz Mandala of the Heart in the book, it says sometimes aspects of our life falls apart or don't go to plan. This is so they can come back together in a beautiful new way. Trust in the goodness and the inevitable blessing of your destiny falling into place. Do not trust your fears. Put your faith in the love of your heart. A heartfelt wish is going to manifest. Wow, beautiful. So to my Cancer Pile 2s, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Don't forget to check out your moon, rising, and Venus sign videos if you have not already. Hope you all come back to visit sometime soon, but until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, into my pile 3 Cancers, you guys chose the rainbow fluorite. Like I said, I'm not divining these cards, basically just reading the descriptions of the cards. So the very first card that we have for my pile 3 Cancers for the month of October is Marjoram. This is the card of comfort. Trigger statement: people cannot be trusted. True statement: I trust my heart. Your big, beautiful heart is ready to open. Trust that you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. Your overall energy for the month we have here is solitude and standstill. Like that hermit energy from your general reading. Goddess energy for the month is Arianha. I don't know, but it's goddess of time. Goddess of time. And green Tara, salvation. Spell card for the month is fertility. Let all take root, seed, and sprout. Let new life be all about. There's some divine timing at work in my pile 3 Cancers, but I'm not supposed to be divining, so I'm just going to keep these thoughts to myself. And then the final card that we have here is Yogini of 285 Hertz, and I'm going to be reading the description for this card out of the book, but first I'm just going to be shuffling some additional oracle cards just to see if there's any messages that I may have missed. You can ask a question as I'm shuffling. You may receive an answer. Very first card that we have, secrets involved. Then lopsided effort. And then we have vulnerability concerns. Underneath the deck, we have closed, unable to give. And what it says for Yogini of 285 Hertz out of the book: changes in your life, including closing doors or missed opportunities, are not going to derail your fulfillment. Realignments are happening based on divine wisdom and timing. I told you guys, timing is at work here. Yeah, and it says you are being diverted from unnecessary obstacles and suffering. Trust in how your life path is unfolding. Stay true to your authentic healing journey because it is working whether you realize that or not. Significant inner healing is taking place. Beautiful. Thank you guys so very much to my pile 3 Cancers for tuning in. Don't forget to check out your moon, rising, and Venus sign videos if you have not already. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, but until next time, stay safe, blessed, and healthy, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.